Greatest ever done it. You can learn from it. Dope game ran it. Rap game run it. Street cred hunted. Nerd turned D-boy, not in genetic makeup. Baby, I'm a G-boy. Hashtag street boy. Wrong one to fuck with. Cross me at your own risk. Play to get back. You can trust this. I am far from average. To me, it ain't no such thing. Me against the world, so fuck it, I let my nuts hang. I've been known to bust bang. Kill if the need be. I don't need an army when the smoke clears, he sees me. Rhyming at his finest. Unlike those vaginas that claim that they the real deal, knowing I'm the highest. Top of the command chain. I am what the streets made. I am what the hood built. You are just a weak lame. Homicidal maniac with suicidal tendencies. You're more like a punk band. I'm more like a pedigree of nigga you ain't seen yet. So y'all cannot describe me. I'm a freak of nature. Don't shit here surprise me. Money over everything except the nigga's manhood. I am not a prostitute. You don't understand hood. Fuck a nigga getting his unless he about to give me mine. Otherwise he prime beat. Shocking when I up the 9 and hit it with it 7 times. Fuck you thought I'm civilized? Welcome to the jungle, fool. It's only right I punish you. Nigga with an attitude. Feel like MC Ren felt. Quiet on the set, you funky bitch, you get your friends slipped. I give your game a black eye. Blame it on the black guy. I be on some nigga shit, I'm niggerish, so that's why. Guess what my religion is? This is what the business is. Exposure for you garbage ass rappers. You can witness this. Came to bang your game up. Pussies think they came up. Oh, you got a drop head? So now you think you famous? Out here it's dangerous and we don't know your name, cuz we don't even give a fuck. Rappers get it fucked up. Security say you nah, this they side job. They don't want no conflict, they don't want no problems, nah.
Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now swimming getting deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. And yes, you see it on the screen here. We're gonna have to talk about some things. As the title states, we got to discuss Alabaster America's anti-black racist mindset. Okay. Or we're gonna break a couple of things down here today, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Crow Joe. Or Jim Crow, yeah, we can throw Jim Crow Joe Biden in there too. I was thinking about another story earlier, but Jim Crow had kids and passed his legacy on. Okay, you see on the screen here is very true. From studying our history here in America, okay, we see how that reflects on our people today. All right, we're gonna go over several different things here tonight to make sure that our people understand this, because there's a situation that was brought to my attention, and you all know me, when you send me something, I'm going to turn it into a lesson so that our people can learn from it. Now, let me go ahead and make this clear too. In case you have not checked the live stream section of the channel, a lot of you have been asking me about this for a while. Yes, I will definitely be covering the Brother Polite situation. I'm not going to call him no brother. He's Predator Polite. Okay, I will be covering that Monday. All right. And I'm going to tell you something right now. When I cover that, a lot of people are speaking on it now. I'm not going to miss no words, and I'm going to cover all bases, okay? I'm going to cover all of them. The ones that don't nobody want to talk about, I'm going to talk about them, okay? Just letting that be known. So tonight, this is what we're going to be discussing. It's going to be a great teaching lesson here in real time for everybody to study. So I'm just letting you know now that I think everybody's going to find this useful. Salute to our AH for hitting the cash up already. I just now saw that. Thank you very much. Let me greet my esteemed guests that I see join us here tonight. I see Artist Doucette, Andre Mobley Sr., Patricia Jenkins, Casey Malone, B1 Vanessa Jones. I see my brother, Kerman S. Wingfield, fellow SWO. Salute to you, my brother. I see Iron Will in the building, Old Grandma, Sister Only Pamela's Way, okay? Dr. Monster Stroke. Okay, that's a hell of a name, brother. I see you. All right, let's see. I see Donna C in the building, Sidonia Snow, a Goddess Navi in here, D. Foster, Stun Zed in here, or Stun Zed. I think I pronounced that right. My good brother, Project Leroy. Let's see. Diesel Mike out there on them highways and byways. Salute and welcome to everybody. My good sister, Tasha Peters. I see you. Salute and welcome to everybody that'll be joining us here tonight. Well, family, we're going to go ahead and get started because let me tell you something. Let me go ahead and tell you. This right here is going to piss a lot of y'all off, especially the sisters, okay? But I'm going to present it to you and show you a way to navigate this. And brothers, you might better sit down and discuss this with your significant others if you have them, because we have to teach our sisters how to navigate these types of things when people are trying to provoke them in this system of white supremacy, okay? So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. And we'll be stopping to pause to break things down as need be.
Ooh. Are you serious? Who threw this shoe? Who threw this shoe at me? Literally, who threw this shoe? Get the police. Get the police. Who threw this shoe? Who threw this shoe? Speak up. Was it you? So you ain't even got the shoe on.
That's not mine.
This is definitely your shoe.
No, it's not.
Are you serious right now?
That's not my shoe.
Are you serious right now? You
I'm
really
serious.
took
That's
your
not my
shoe
shoe.
off and thought it was okay to throw a shoe at me?
That's not my shoe.
It's definitely your shoe. Really? Really? This is your shoe?
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Prove it.
I am proving it. You have one shoe on and one shoe off.
I just wore one shoe.
Literally, at this point, let me express something to you. I am not your mother. I did not come to school to play with nobody else's kids.
Okay.
That was totally disrespectful for you to throw a shoe while I'm trying to teach my class.
I didn't do it.
At this point, I'm going to ask you to leave. Leave my classroom. You're being disrespectful. Totally.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, you're going to go somewhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
You definitely going to go somewhere.
Make me.
All right. So now, oh yeah, I told you this was gonna piss y'all off, but we finna walk you through something strategic wise. Now, let me make this disclaimer. I understand that when we are heated in the moment of things, it's easier said than done, but I want you to hear your brother out, especially you sisters. Because look, every sister in this chat can tell by the way she said that and the way she gripped that shoe like little heifer. If this was a different environment, I would tombstone pile drive your ass into the pavement. We know our sisters when she's upset. But see, ladies, listen to me. You know, over here, I like to give you practical advice that makes sense that you can use. So let me explain what the sister should have done. Okay? Yes, we're going to say should have done because in case any of you encounter this is how you deal with it. Notice at the beginning of the clip, when she realized that this heifer threw that shoe, she stepped out and asked the staff outside the classroom to get the campus officer to come to her class. Let me tell you what she should have done. I want you to pay attention. Not only should she have left that door open, I would have went and got the officer myself. Because see, ladies, let me tell you something. If you're a good man, you teach your woman the same thing that I'm about to teach all these sisters here tonight. Ladies, understand that when you're upset, this goes for anybody, but particularly for our sisters, we know that sisters can be more emotional sometimes. Rightly so, because she was disrespected while she's trying to do her job. Ladies, make sure that you understand you know you better than anybody. All of us know each other better than anybody else outside of our bodies, okay? And outside of our minds. Don't let nobody get close to provoking you like this because, see, let me tell you, I commend the sister for keeping her cool, but when somebody's deliberately trying you like that, only thing talking to them gonna do is make you more upset, okay? So that's the first thing she should have done to make sure that, okay, she couldn't lie about nothing. I mean, if it was me, today they should have cameras in the classroom. You see it's being recorded here by a fellow student. But I would take extra precautions on that. But we're going to get back to it here and finish dissecting this because there's a lot to be learned here.
I'm
not going anywhere.
Out my classroom.
Okay.
Listen. I don't know what your mama allowed you to do. I don't know what your father, your aunties, your uncles, I don't know who allowed you to act like this, but in my classroom, I don't allow it. I don't allow it. I'm not going to accept it. And I want you to get up and get out my classroom.
I'm not going anywhere.
Put your shoe on.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Put your shoe
my
on.
shoe on.
I am. Put your shoe on.
Thank you.
You can put your leg down, put your shoe on, get ready to get up.
I'm not
get out my classroom.
Comfortable like this.
No, you actually really starting to irritate me. I'm talking about on a whole nother level. I have tried to be nice. I have tried to be civil with you.
Now, I got to pause it again. You heard what the sister said. She said, you really starting to irritate me. She's explaining she tried to be nice, but see, at this point, and see, this is something, ladies, this is why having a good man or men in your family to educate you on these things or point them out to you, rather, because when y'all are heated in the moment, you don't understand how this looks. Now, we all looking at the same thing. I'm not picking on my sisters, giving you this game so that you can arm yourself on what to do in these situations where these little white supremacist demons, their little spawn, try to provoke you. Other mistakes she made. Don't tell these white supremacists that they're upsetting you, because that was the whole intent. She doesn't care. Her whole demeanor is trying to draw her fire. Okay? And she was taught this at home, because you can tell the spawn of a little white supremacist. This is why I opened the broadcast saying what I said. Jim Crow had kids and passed down his legacy to them. Okay? She probably come from a little filthy trailer park, from some little degenerate white supremacist mythed out parents, okay? Because see, you can tell she don't have no type of home training, no manners. And yeah, this a little racist. She just didn't say the N-word or nothing. But you can tell that's why she's treating that sister like that, okay? Take note of the demeanor of the other white classmates in here too. I want y'all to study that because I'll be speaking on that a little bit later. But take note of everything in the environment as we play this, okay? But again, sisters, I know it's easier said than done. Talking in a situation where there needs to be action is futile. I'll say it again. Talking, situation where there needs to be action is futile. She should have gone and gotten the officer, left that door open to make sure no lies were told about anything. Okay? But this whole conversation with her is pointless. Think about it. What is that going to gain you? See, a good man will help you realize that it's a time to stop talking and take proper actions, okay? Which would have been going to get the resource officer, okay? So that's the part I want to point out about this, because I know this little piece of crap right here, she ain't gonna grow up to be nothing. Because her family ain't there. You can tell by the way she's acting here. But it's a lot more to dissect. Let's let it continue.
You being disrespectful.
Can you tie this for me?
I'm not tying nothing. I'm not tying nothing. At this point, I don't even want you out of my classroom. I want you gone from the school, because if you act like this...
You don't have that authority.
Oh, I got authority. But look at me when I'm talking to you. It's a sign of disrespect. Really? Really? No. You totally disrespectful. Do you act like this towards your mother? Do you act like this towards your mother?
And if I do?
It's disgraceful. It's a shame.
She don't complain.
That's because she had you. I didn't. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to get up out your seat and get out my class, because at this point,
I'm not
you
getting up.
disrupting my whole class.
I'm not going nowhere.
And I don't allow people to disrespect me. Do it look like I allow people to disrespect me?
Well,
do it
my
look
shoe
like
is off.
I'm not on your type of time? I'm getting paid to do a job that I want to continue to do, and I want you to get up and get out.
No.
I really want you to do that.
Okay, so now I'm letting this play, and I want you to see how long the sister is trying to reason with the unreasonable. Ladies, understand when that's happening. After you give the instruction for her to leave the first time, which is the proper thing to do, call the resource officer. At this point, let me tell you how you get respect. And a lot of sisters already know this, but I'm saying this for those that don't. Okay? Because this is what I teach any woman I deal with, casual or serious. You only get respect when you make sure that your words that you speak have consequences attached to them. Now, I'm not saying she's supposed to body slam or power driver. No, she's trying to keep her job. The rest of the class wants to learn. She's the only distraction there. What I'm saying is, within the parameters, at least first option should be, within the parameters of whatever system you're in and any environment, your words must have consequence. You be like, okay, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. See, this is where the role a lot of times, and I got to take it here, of men and families come in at, because see, you'll notice the difference between the styles of discipline with most fathers and most mothers. Your mama gonna talk to you. Your father, I'm gonna tell you one time. Now, after I tell you one time, okay, you heard me, you understood me. Now there's gonna be some consequences behind that. See, you get respect by making sure that after I tell you something, because you heard her talking about you don't have that authority, I'll be like, okay, I'm not finna argue. You about to see how much authority I do have. Oh, yes. I would have went and got that resource officer. Got a problem in here disrupting my class. And look, I'm nasty with it. I'll be like, okay, we're gonna do you like you do the black children. Go ahead and get them handcuffs for her. That's right. You damn right. You seen them handcuff our little black babies. Yeah, handcuff this piece of shit and get her out my classroom. Okay? So remember, ladies, when you're talking, that don't move nothing. Everything that come out your mouth, you an authority figure, must have a consequence attached to it. If not, you look at it as a joke. Okay? See, that's a mistake a lot of women make. That has no power unless there's consequences attached to it. I'm not berating the sister. What I'm saying is I'm pointing out the flaw and how this was handled. Look, let me tell you something my grandfather told me before we get back to this. All of us that are living, we drawing in oxygen, right? All of us. My grandfather told me, he said, son, don't sit there arguing back and forth with no fool because somebody from a distance can't tell which one of you the fool. Oxygen is precious. Do not waste it arguing with simple-minded people Don't let them play you like that, okay? Start thinking about it. That's a simplistic statement, but you think about it. Every breath that you draw in is going to help you live, okay? Think of that as a resource. Don't waste it. See, I'm the type of person, let's switch scenario for a second. I'm a peaceful person. I like to choose peace first if the option is available. But anytime I've ever had to get physical in defense of myself or someone else, ain't a whole lot of talking. I'm not finna have a talk show with you. I'm not trying to be Montel Williams, Oprah Winfrey. I'm not trying to interview you. If you done something silly, I'm gonna give you one warning. After that, okay, it's got to be whatever it's got to be. Now, that's not the first option, but if we got to go there, time out for the talking, okay? That's just a thing down here in the South, okay? And many other areas of the country, but I'm just speaking about where I'm from. But back in this situation where that's not an option immediately, unless it's helpful pulled out something, I try to put a hands on that sister. Understand that in order to maintain a position of authority, you got to know when to stop talking, okay? Let's let it continue.
You're lucky I cannot. Because me being who I am, I would have got you clean up out my classroom. I want you gone. Like, seriously. I want you gone. Get up.
I'm not going anywhere.
Get up.
I'm
get
not
out my
getting
classroom.
up.
Get up and get out my class.
I'm not getting up. I'm comfortable
Get up
right
and
here.
get out my classroom.
I'm going to just read my book.
Really? You ain't trying to read. You weren't thinking about reading when you threw that shoe at me. Was you reading then?
I didn't throw
Was you reading then?
I didn't throw
you.
wasn't
reading then? Was you reading then?
Yeah.
Did you want to read then?
Yeah.
I told you to read 5 pages. Evidently, you didn't want to read then because guess what? You took a shoe and you took it upon yourself to toss it at me while I'm trying to teach my lesson.
Did it hit you though?
It don't matter if it hit me. You disrespecting me in my own class.
Now, again, pay attention to how this little white supremacist prick, okay, this little degenerate trailer park trash that she is going back and forth with this sister, and she's entertaining it. Ladies, this subtracts your position of authority. I can't stress that enough. You're going back and forth with her as if she's on your level. Does anybody see that? Okay, because I'm trying to teach you how this looks. I'm going to go here with it for a minute. Let me talk to my fellas. A lot of y'all going to call me a chauvinist for this. That's cool. I can live with that. Been called a lot worse. It is what it is. Fellas, you've heard me say it many a time on this channel. I've always told you, don't be going back and forth with women like this because, see, yeah, I'm going here with it because I want these fellas to get this. This situation right here, when you going back and forth with a disrespectful woman, that bring you down to her level. Oh, yeah, I'm going there. So that the fellas will understand why men like me were taught this from an early age and why I'm telling you this. Because if you an authority figure in the position of power, arguing back and forth with somebody, nah. See, power and authority doesn't have to do that. It's an absolute. It simply is. And if you don't respect it, there's immediate consequences, okay? Now, those consequences may vary because, I'm not telling nobody to hit nobody with no brick when I'm talking to the fellas. What I'm saying is, fellas, you get more respect when you dealing with a disrespectful woman, all that, and then they go back like, hey, listen, 2 places I'm not finna go with you back and forth. And then you let them know that, okay, cool. Cut you on out the picture of my social circle. I ain't got to deal with you. Watch how much respect you start getting when you stop playing that game with disrespectful women, okay? People in general, but especially that. So I just wanted to put that on the fellas for a minute. Back to the sisters. In this situation, going back and forth with her, going back and forth with her puts you down on the level of a child and not a teacher and an authority figure in the classroom, okay? So I want you to study this entire encounter. Let's get it back to it.
Classroom.
Okay, and what are you going to do about it? There's only like 30 minutes left of this class.
I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 1 minute, 0 minutes.
Look, I threw something else.
I swear to goodness. Little girl, you know what I would do?
No.
I know
What?
you don't.
What are you going to do?
Now, see, at this point, she definitely should have left and say, hey, okay, let me go get that resource officer right now. Because, see, I've told y'all this many a times. For those that are from our lineage, foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, this applies to. You don't believe me? Tell you what you do. Start looking at who some of your family members are if you don't already know a deep, extensive history about both sides of your family. Go on back with it through generations. But what we've experienced as a people, that's passed down through our bloodline. So you have to be very careful about letting people provoke you to anger, because I'm going to say it again, like I've said before, and I stand by this, because I know that is definitely the truth. When we get angry, that's not just our anger that we're channeling, okay? Look at all the injustice that was inflicted upon our lineage. That's a whole lot of trauma in your blood that's coming back. So you got to be careful about letting people piss you off like that. Because see, look, a lot of people joke about it, but you ever heard somebody say they got so angry they blacked out and they didn't know what the hell happened? That's a very real thing. So you have to be cognizant of that if you're a foundational Black American freedman. Don't let somebody push your business, especially a little white supremacist. Let me tell you something. Y'all not going to believe what I'm saying, but oh, he reaching. Okay, watch this. In your ancestral memory, in your blood, do you really think that everything that's connected to your immediate family lineage takes kindly to any white supremacist disrespecting you? It hit different. You understand? It hit different. So, again, I commend the sister on her patience, but I'm telling y'all, unless you just prepare to go there, don't gamble with that, okay? Don't gamble with it. Because, see, at any moment, she could have been like, okay, you know what, you little bitch? And probably put her hands around her little old alabaster throat and wrung her neck. Then she would have been wrong. Or it would have been victim time then. So, sisters, make sure that you being true to who you are. Everybody know what their tolerance level is, okay? No matter what somebody tell you, each person is different. But what you know about yourself, don't play with that. Because see, I know me. I'm just putting it on myself. There's certain situations that I will never put myself in because I already know what I'm prepared to do. Okay, if it goes left, I already know what I'm prepared to do. So I'm going to make sure I avoid that as much as possible. If it depends upon me, okay? So now in this situation, she's trying to do her job, trying to educate people, trying to teach this little pinhead piece of shit right here. And now she's being provoked because what it is, the little dummy realized that she's intellectually inadequate. And instead of asking the sister for help, she's showing out. That's not that sister's fault that she comes from a trailer park with milked out parents. So see, I know I'm probably right about that. Look at her appearance. This is recent footage now. Look how she dressed. She dressed like trailer park trash. Yeah, I said it, goddammit. And she act like trailer park trash. I'm not going to mince no words with this. Let's let it continue.
Right now, I'm very professional.
What are you gonna do about
I'm
it?
very professional at my job.
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take her
Oh
stuff
my
and I
God.
take her stuff back.
Hey, the old me probably would have. Golly, you're lucky.
That's because you're just a
You're
teacher.
lucky.
You can't do anything.
You're lucky. You're
You
lucky.
can't do anything.
You're lucky. All right, when the police come, I want you arrested because at this point you assaulted me.
I'm a kid. They can't.
You are not a kid. You putting on big girl drawers at this point. Big girl panties you're trying to wear. At this point,
I don't see that you could do anything. Honestly.
Yo, shut up.
Look.
Like,
literally.
oh my
Literally.
What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do
are
about
really
it?
arguing
irking
with
me.
her.
You are
Shut
really,
up.
You are really irritating me. Do you see this?
Who would?
So literally,
Who would?
when the principal
What?
comes,
And what you do?
I don't not only want her.
Oh, so it's
I
not.
don't want you.
You a hot
only
mess.
Put out my
It's a
class.
problem for me
I
not
don't
to
want
have
you
a
put out my
school,
class. I want
but
you
he can
out
have
the
his phone
school.
out?
I want you out this school.
Okay,
Do
well, you
hear
can't
me?
do anything
I want
about
you
it.
out this school.
Well, you can't do anything
You are
about it.
just get a menace to society at this point.
Is that
That's
what
what
I
I feel
am?
like you are. You're growing up. You're either gonna be in jail or you're gonna be somewhere else, little girl. If you continue to keep up this behavior, do you understand? Do you hear the words that's coming out of our mouth? Do you understand?
No, I don't really understand.
I really think you don't.
No,
At this point, I think you don't care about anything. I don't even think you care about life at this point.
I don't care.
Do you not care about life?
I don't care.
Do you understand where you're headed to? Straight up, just do you understand? You don't understand.
I'm sitting in
This
my
is a
seat.
shame.
No,
What you got to look at?
You literally disrespected my whole class. You disrespected me. You disrespected her learning time. You disrespecting everything.
Yeah, I'm trying
and
to
you
learn
really
too.
don't care.
Do you think she's gonna retain any of that information?
Yes,
you
you
think
really is.
he's
You-
gonna retain
you're-
any of that
you're the
information?
only
Not
one
while
who
you're in
don't
the
care.
class, you keep arguing with her. Like, leave her
Exactly.
alone.
Disrespectful. Don't tell him to brush his hair.
He need to brush his hair.
No, you need to get out. You
I'm
need
not
to
going
leave.
nowhere.
You need to leave.
Why don't
need
you
to
just
brush
go
up
back
your
up there and
grades.
teach? Like, your job is to do is go
My
out there
job
and
is
teach.
teaching. Guess
Thank
what?
you.
You messed that up. You
Get
messed
her
that
out.
up.
She's
What's
throwing
the problem?
stuff.
I literally want her out my class, but not only out my class, I want her out this school because she disrupted my class. She disrespected me. She threw a shoe. All that stuff you see, she threw all that. She needs to be
threw a shoe?
gone.
Yeah, she
She
tried to
needs
hit
to
the
be
teacher.
gone. Like straight up.
Is
You
my
need to
shoe
be
on
gone.
my
Did
foot?
you throw a shoe, yes
Is
or
my
no?
shoe on my foot?
I asked you a question. Did you throw a
Does
shoe?
it look like there's a shoe
Literally,
thrown?
please get her out of here.
You guys don't even make
You need to
sense.
go. You need to go.
She
You
needs
don't
to
care.
Come on.
You can't do this.
Yeah,
I'm
you
doing
really
it right
can't.
now.
I'm literally
Get
a
out.
kid.
Get out.
No,
You have a
you're not a
backpack?
kid.
What?
You have a backpack?
I'll get that later. She needs to go.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna say it one more time. Had that been me, oh, you going in the cuffs. Oh yeah, cause see at this point, you belligerent, you violent. I don't want to risk you throwing something and hitting the teacher, the student, myself, yourself. Oh yeah, I'm gonna slap the cuffs on you. Yep. She I'd have stood her little ass up. Oh yeah, you going in these cuffs. I would have came in there with them out. I sure would have. Cause see this crap right here, and I get it. The brother, you know, he like, oh, I can't do the white folks like that. No, cause that's my job. What you gonna tell me at that point? But see, again, sisters, I hope that you studied this and studied how that went down. Okay? Because see, notice she got a little tattoo on her arm. You can't see it real well on here, but she's got one. And then the way she was talking. Children don't just do that on their own, okay? That comes from her environment. And see, again, I hate to go here with it. Actually, I don't. Look how she dressed. Look how she dressed. That's trailer park attire if I ever seen it. Yeah. I'm gonna let it continue. Because we got to break down some more things here tonight.
I don't even want her in my presence. Like, seriously.
Wow.
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 I don't want her ever again here.
Wow.
She needs to go.
Oh my goodness.
Literally. Hey, I'm going to tell you one thing, class. You follow.
Can you hear me, family? It's like they playing shenanigans over here. Can anybody hear me on the microphone? Can anybody hear me? Let's see. Can anybody hear me? Press 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Press 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, cool. 1 second.